Okay. So, alaikum to everyone, and my respects and greetings to Honorable Nagib Sinarimbo, Director General Roslin Sinarimbo, Director Hussein Birbar, NIC Executive Mark Hervasa, the Bangsamoro Business Council, the European Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines, dear colleagues in the government, the private sector, the academe, and bridging leader fellows present. Again, good afternoon. So today, I'm very much delighted and privileged to be able to join this event and share how we enable the Philippine startup and innovation ecosystem. So our goal is to be able to inspire the next generation of Bangsamoro innovators and actors that will drive the region towards sustained peace and economic prosperity. So let me start by walking you through where we are right now as a country. So the Philippines is making significant strides as a global innovation hub. We're actually in this year's Global Innovation Index, or the GII, by the WIPO, or the World Intellectual Property Organization, we already ranked 50th worldwide from 53rd last year. And we distinguish ourselves among emerging economies such as China, India, and also Turkey. So right now, the Philippines rank third among 38 lower middle income countries, trailing only India and Vietnam. And we hold the fourth spot in the ASEAN region, showcasing how regionally competitive we are. A major leap for us was actually achieved primarily because of the institutional pillar, wherein we already climbed 14 spots to 65th. So it is a clear sign of our improving governance and innovation-friendly policies. So notably, the country is also proving to be a strong performer in trade-related innovation indicators. So as you can see, we are first in the globally in high-tech exports. We are fourth in high-tech imports. We are 14 in creative good exports and 19 in ICT exports. So this highlights the Philippines as a critical node in global innovation and technology supply chains, an ideal environment for our investors. Also, in the Global Startup Ecosystem Report published by Startup Genome, we're also seeing momentum, and it's equally impressive. So in the latest report, wherein Manila was actually already evaluated to have a value of $6.3 billion, and already move up to number 61 to 70 in terms of emerging ecosystems. So this is primarily fueled by the startup ecosystem that we have right now. We already have more than 1,200 startups. Actually, it's more updated. I'll show you later. And we have more than 60 plus incubators and accelerators scattered all over the Philippines, and more than 50 active investors. So the key sectors that our strengths lie in are actually within fintech, AI, and sustainability right now. That we see it is booming primarily because it is driven by a young and tech-savvy population, and because of our increasing digital adoption. So this actually makes us a vibrant landscape for inclusive and grassroots level innovation, with the goal of being able to uplift communities and, of course, driving returns as well for our investors. So just to give you a snapshot of the different players that we have here, so you can see the different logos of the different ecosystem players, from startups, incubators and accelerators, and also our investors and venture capitalists that we hope that can also be reached by the Bangsamoro and BARMM community. So right now, we're actually identified as an emerging startup destination already in Asia. So building on this momentum, the Philippines is fast becoming one of the most attractive startup destinations in Asia. And this is all thanks to, of course, the combination of the talent that we have right now, the different policies being put up year on year, and the community support that's being shown already by the different regional innovation actors that we have here in the Philippines. So, with the strong government support, we are enabling policies such as the ISA, or Innovative Startup Act, as earlier mentioned, the Philippine Innovation Act, We also have the ease of doing business, the foreign investments, the create more law, which provides incentives, and we have industry policies such as the TAC Pinoy and Creative Industries Development. Moving on, these are actual references that you can actually look into in terms of being able to align policy frameworks and also the strategies that will be undertaken by BARMM. So, as earlier mentioned, once identified, of course, is the anchor strategy that we are looking on in terms of innovation is the National Innovation Agenda and Strategy Document, which details a 10-year vision and long-term goal for innovation. And this actually provides a roadmap and was earlier discussed in terms of being able to manage and our innovation governance and deepen and accelerate our efforts towards innovation. We also have the multi-year Tatak Pinoy strategy, which is actually our first ever national industrial policy, which it was just recently signed by the President. And the goal of this Tatak Pinoy strategy is really to define the strategic priorities and action plans in terms of supporting domestic enterprises. And of course, that includes startups and innovative MSMEs as well. So the goal is being able to produce diverse and globally competitive products and services. So this has actually have 5 pillars, namely the human resources, the infrastructure, technology and innovation, investments, and sound and financial management. Another industry development plan, of course, is the Philippine Creative Industries Development Plan, which is our country's comprehensive blueprint and sets the objectives and strategic actions and initiatives to unlock the potential and the full socio-economic potential of our Philippine creative industry. So you can see below the different references, including the QRs and links where you can access these documents and provide relevant references, detailed relevant references to be able to better craft strategies for the region. Of course, the reason, of course, I think why we are also here is because we are also implementing the Innovative Startup Act. And the goal of this act is to really to be able to support the development of innovation and startups across the Philippines. And through this, the government is supporting, of course, aside from the NIC, the DTI, DOST, and DICT, as part of the steering committee, aims to have this collaborative effort of being able to support our startups across these 4 different pillars, which I would later discuss. First among the pillar is centered on being able to build on a startup ecosystem network. So through various programs being implemented already by the 3 different agencies and upcoming, of course, other agencies, the initiative and the government aims to cultivate a thriving community and promote technology entrepreneurs and support the establishment and development of local startup ecosystems in the country. So you can see here the different programs. We have the RICS, the Scale, HIRIT, the SID, the Startup Challenge, the different infrastructure programs, the iHub and innovation hubs situated here in Manila and all across the country, and the RACE program, which involves the different mapping of the different initiatives. Next, in terms of the pillar, is actually being able to focus on research and development. So we all know that innovation starts with R&D. It was just discussed earlier in the panel session, and the government, of course, through the different agencies, provided necessary support to help startups overcome the different technical barriers, strengthen our IP assets, refine the business models, and prepare our startups for scale-up and commercialization. So we want to ensure that innovation isn't just conceptual, it's also practical, protected, and scalable. The third pillar is being able to accelerate our startup growth. And in order to do that, this is where the incubation and acceleration programs come in. So the government is committed to accelerate the growth of startups through a variety of targeted programs and initiatives. These initiatives are actually specifically designed to help our startups strengthen their market reach, increase the talent quality of our founders, scale their enterprises in order for them to be able to be sustainable businesses. And also with the primary goal of being able to help the communities and also grow globally. So earlier mentioned, what's more critical is actually being able to increase funding. So apart from the grants being administered and granted by the different agencies, such as the ICT, UST, and of course DepDev as well through the NIC. We also have the Startup Venture Fund being administered by DTI through the National Development Company. So through this Startup Venture Fund, we provide equity investment and co-invest together with investment partners towards high growth startups to be able to help them develop their products, scale up, and also expand. And aside from that, there's also a program by, of course, the DOST in their expanded venture financing programs to also help our startups and MSMEs in terms of scaling up their operations. So just by the numbers and with the recently concluded Startup Week just last week, actually this was recently reported that so far we have made the necessary strides to actually be able to support the community. So the government is there really to be able to support and help establish our startups and the innovation ecosystem across the country. So far, we're looking at 212 startups already funded and being able to establish regional hubs all across the country to the tune of around 158. So, and with that, we also have different stakeholders being catered to, like students being helped out to the different challenges and incubatees coming here. And of course, supporting the different innovation ecosystems. And with that, the total accounted support that so far being given out by the government through the three different agencies around 2.1 billion pesos. And with that, we've seen how the startup activities have grown throughout the years, and from 2022 up to 2025, there's actually increase of more than 20 startup activities all across the different regions. So you can see the different highlighted regions and areas wherein innovation is already thriving. And of course, we hope BARMM could also follow suit in terms of being able to already catalyze a more concentrated approach to supporting innovation in the whole region. And just to share, in order for us to be able to have a guiding direction and the vision for the ISA or the ISA is really a startup and innovation ecosystem that sustains this Filipino entrepreneurship. And with that acronym, and for us to be easier to remember, we actually tag this in terms of the support that we plan and the target that we are that we want to achieve over the next few years. So we want to have more incubators and increase the network. So 50 more new TBIs and ensure that the sustainability of these TBIs will go throughout the years. The startups wherein we want to improve the access to resources, increase the number of funding in order for them to grow and scale. And of course, support as well accelerators and investors so that we can drive more investments targeting around 10 billion in the next few years. And hopefully, we will have our homegrown unicorns here in the Philippines, and at least 4 over the next few years. So just to give where is BARMM right now in terms of glance, in terms of its economic activity. So actually, in 2024, BARMM's gross regional domestic product already amounted to around 386.13 billion pesos, which is a 6.51% increase from 2023. And during that similar period, this BARMM's GRDP actually contributed 1.46% to the Philippines' GDP. However, of course, we want to see a larger share in terms of the contribution of the region towards the whole economic development of the whole country as well. In terms of breakdown per industry, as you can see, the services take the largest contribution in terms of this total GRDP, around 37.96%, followed by the agriculture and forestry, amounting to 140.7%. And with industries coming in, we also looking at 25% share in terms of contribution. So what does this mean? We want to consider that services and agriculture are to be the primary drivers of the region's contribution currently to the Philippine economy. And with innovation, it presents an opportunity to be able to accelerate BARMM's trajectory and resilience, and we don't just want to rely on basic agriculture and services, but we want to achieve for BARMM to be able to be one of the we want agro-industrial sophistication in terms of the products that we are producing and how it is exported outside of the country. And some of the emerging themes that we see in terms of how innovation can be done, of course, we're not limiting, and this is just some of the potential things that we can see in terms of where innovation can thrive. Of course, the agriculture sector, halal. We have a big market for halal, not only in the Philippines, but also in other countries. And we would love to see a lot of these types of innovations coming out of the Bangsamoro. Also, the creative industries. Of course, we've seen earlier as to how the creative industries or creative startups can actually contribute to the economy. Sustainability is one of the common themes nowadays, given the emerging disasters that's happening all across the country. Of course, health and education is a backbone of any region, especially the BARMM, wherein we want to educate more, we want more people to actually be able to gain access to different innovative activities. And of course, innovate our governance. And that is a way for us to be able to sustain as what so-called as an engine for growth for innovation here in the Bangsamoro region. And in order for this to be tracked, there's actually a mechanism, at least for DTI, through the Cities and Municipalities Competitiveness Index, wherein through the innovation pillar, we are able to at least have these certain components, these 10 components being tracked out, to get a sense of where the different municipalities and cities are in terms of the different components in innovation are happening. So these 10 components are right now what's being used in order to track the progress of the different cities and municipalities in the region. And I think in the next few months, the next iteration of this CMCI index will be released in order for us to have a better understanding of where the Bangsamoro region is in terms of their innovation development. So I'm coming into a close, but although we know that there are metrics and goals that we want to achieve, it's actually for I know that BARMM has its own unique context and identity for innovation. So it is also important for us to remember to innovate with a purpose for the Bangsamoro people towards sustainable peace and prosperity. So we're hoping that, of course, in DTI and also together with other agencies, we can collaborate with BARMM in terms of developing the innovation ecosystem. And together, let us co-create a future where no one is left behind through innovation and collaboration. And with that, I end my presentation. Thank you and magandang hapon po sa lahat. Thank you, Osman.
Thank you very much once again, the Officer in Charge, Assistant Director of Bureau of Policy Research and Innovation, Department of Trade and Industry, Mr. 𝗕RL B. Paculor, for presenting the Innovation Situationer, National and BARMM. We shall now proceed to our next session, the Innovation Co-Creation Workshop, Visioning BARMM Innovation Agenda. And this will be presented by group. And of course, to be facilitated by none other than the Executive Cabinet Member, Philippine National Innovation CEO and founder of Bambuhay. Let us welcome once again, Sir Mark Sultan Garsava.
Okay, here we are again. Here I am again. Okay, for our, the most exciting part of our Innovation Summit this afternoon is basically our co-creation workshop. So I'm expecting that DTI will present all about the competitive index or the CMCI index of the BARMM region. But I think hindi ko nakita. But just to give you an overview, Maguindanao del Norte is around 14. Number 14 in terms of innovation, but sadly, the two provinces, which is Basilan and Tawi-Tawi, is on the 81 and 82 out of 82 provinces. So meaning, we have a lot to catch up for these two provinces. Okay, for Basilan, Maguindanao del Norte, it's already good position for number 14. But with the Basilan and Tawi-Tawi, it need to accelerate, okay, the innovation in order to increase your competitive index. Because everyone, okay, not just all provinces actually is accelerating. And one of the things is that we are, that we use in the innovation is basically the co-creation workshop. So this afternoon is we are going to do a co-creation workshop. It is, supposedly this workshop will take at least 2 days, but gagawin natin siyang 2 oras. Okay, we're going to do it just to how to become an innovative, okay, just to practice it, and basically to frame, okay? The main goal of our, can I have the presentation? Next slide. So the innovation, yeah, the co-creation workshop, what to call this one? Co-creation workshop, presentation, please. Yeah, that one. So basically the objectives of our co-creation workshop is to at least within this, because every time and then, we want that in every summit, ayaw natin na pagkatapos nakinig lang tayo. But it's all about an action. Okay, yung morning, yung kaninang umaga is basically the framework. And this afternoon, we are going to try to co-create. Okay, to co-create all about the 10 priority agenda, so which is we are going to co-create a shared vision of BARMM's innovation agenda anchored on the region's unique identity, socio-economic realities, and long-term captions, and generate actionable multi-sector strategies that strengthen BARMM's innovation ecosystem. As I said, medyo mahaba-haba, madami-daming kailangan nating habulin, okay, in terms on how we can really mainstream innovation in the ecosystem. Next slide. So innovation is not, as I said, it includes policy, governance, culture, and community. And the BARMM unique identity requires contextual adaptive grassroots-driven solution. So this workshop aims to bridge divides between sectors, communities, and ways of thinking. Next slide. So the design thinking, just to give you a context, what it is really all about. So it is understanding the people affected, okay? Pag-intindi sa mga tao na naapektuhan, seeking their feedback, and then incorporating it back into policy design, focusing on the perspective of both parties, resulting in a more effective public service in terms of the context of the governance. But design thinking, basically, it's a new way, okay, on how to co-create a solution, an effective solution using innovation as a lens. Next slide. So what is design? Okay, just to give us an overview. So design is not just what it looks and feels like. Design is how it works. Because sometimes we have this context, yung pagpaplano minsan nanggagaling sa taas. Okay? Meaning nanggagaling sa pinaka-mataas na sektor ng ating bansa. But with the design work, with the co-creation workshop, is basically the people will be the one who are going to design what is the innovation ecosystem looks like. Because we have the different sector here. Okay, from the governance, private sector, etc. Ano yung visualize natin to be like this kind of innovation ecosystem? Next slide. So it is all about creating problem solving. So why Google, Microsoft, why they grow as big as that? It's because of the innovation ecosystem. Why Switzerland? Bakit yung Switzerland is one of the richest? Why the EU, the UK is one of the richest? It's because they use creative thinking in solving a certain problem. Okay, next slide. So this is one of the strategy for innovation. So design thinking. So we have the different, next slide. Next, yan. So we have the 5 steps in design thinking. So we are going to emphasize, define, ideate, prototype. Hanggang dun lang tayo because we cannot test. Yet, the kind of workshop that we are going to implement. So, in this morning, we have the 10, next slide, the design thinking in action. So, just to give you how the innovation ecosystem. So, create a better policies, create better public service, create better community building, create better and healthy community, and that's how the innovation ecosystem should look like. Here, so we have the innovation agenda and strategy. And this afternoon is we are going to co-create the innovation agenda and strategy. So I think nagbigay sila sa inyo ng different priority areas. So which is this afternoon we are going to co-create that priority areas according to the design thinking process. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, as we start, next slide. So, empathize, okay? So in empathize, we have around 15 minutes to do it. Okay, so what is the purpose? Understand, gagawin natin siyang by empathize, then after that define, and then next. So understand the realities behind its problem. So bawat grupo kung saan nakalagay sa inyo, you are going to select a one beneficiary or a persona. Okay, so kayo nang bahala kung ano yung i-determine ninyo. Displaced families, illiterate children, meaning yung mababa yung illiteracy, returning combatants, young mothers, or whatever existing. Or ano yung gusto nyong persona. These are just an example. Okay, these are just an example of the persona that you want. Of course, in public administration, syempre wala na kayong makuha doon na persona, dapat related to the government talaga. Okay, so meaning either what kind, kung anong sector sa government, it is BLGU, the local government unit, the provincial, the municipal, city, the mayor, wag kayong mahiya, or your parliamentarian, you can do it in the public administration. Okay, empathize, understand the realities behind each problem. Ano yung problema natin in terms of public administration? And then, for example, just to give you an example on it. Okay, sa education. Okay, we have this anak or isang bata na graduate na ng high school, pero hindi pa rin siya nakakaintindi. So meaning mababa yung illiteracy niya. Yung literacy niya. So meaning the persona is the child na illiterate. Ano yung pinagdadaanan niya? Bakit siya naging illiterate? Okay, now, for example, maybe one of the problem ng batang yon is naglalakad siya ng 4 na oras sa isang araw. Maybe yung bata is malnourished, etc. Ganyan-ganyan, so hindi na-develop yung brain. Next slide. So here, you need to create a journey map documenting the daily life, the pain points, conflict-related challenges, opportunities for innovation, and touch point in the ecosystem. So yun yung example ko kanina, yung bata na illiterate. Bakit kaya siya naging illiterate? Ano yung buhay niya? Ito siya, kailangan niya pang magbangka para makapag-aral. Pwede din na yung teacher niya is basically hindi ganun kagaling, or yung teacher niya din yung naglalakad. So pagdating ng school, yung teacher is wala ng energy to teach. Okay? So you have 15 minutes to do it, naintindihan natin. So in the agriculture sector, so for example, yung huli ng isda, or in the, pagdating sa public service, so like for example, sabihin natin si Mayor, yung persona natin. Okay, si Mayor yung persona natin. So yung persona natin ni Mayor, ano kaya yung mga daily life ng Mayor na yon? Okay, papaano niya kaya i-embrace yung innovation along the process being a politician? Kung bakit kaya, okay, let's face the reality ha. So for example, bakit kaya si Basilan is number 82, okay, in the competitive index? So kailangan nating tingnan, okay, ito yung mga problema. Number 1, hindi nabibigyan ng budget mula sa national. Very limited yung resources. So hindi mabuboost yung innovation. Naintindihan po natin? Okay, so we are going to do a mapping, daily life pain points, conflict-related, according to your innovation priority areas. So we have meta cards there na available where you can map out the what we call this one, where you can map out the problem. Okay, where you can map out the different problem that is on determining, okay, in-emphasize tandaan natin, i-determine natin yung pinaka-root na yung problema. And yung problem na yun is we are going to replicate it into a persona. Gets? Okay, so your 15 minutes start now. So it is a four-way process. And then after that, we are going to proceed on defining, okay, the problem. Okay, pwedeng pa-oras ng here. 15 minutes. So mayroong mga meta cards dyan na available. At yung mga walang maybe some table don't have the track is mag-join na lang po kayo sa ibang table. Okay, mag-join na lang po sa ibang table. Okay, isang problem, okay? Yung i-determine natin on it. So those areas na walang track, please join the other table na lang po. So pa-time na lang po 15 minutes. Yeah, ma'am, if you want, you can join here at the other table. Ay, sana yung mga ano natin, MSMEs will join also. Because we need your inputs here. If in case may mga MSMEs founders around the area, please join the co-creation workshop kasi kailangan namin yung inputs ninyo on it. Mamaya may presentation to ha. We have 2-minute speech all about doon sa na-conceptualize po. So if you have question, you can just raise your hand, okay? Yeah, doon muna sa ano, pabalik muna sa isa next slide. Yeah, that one. Pain points meaning yung problema nila, yung nararanasan niya. Okay? Yung mga nararanasan niyang problema. Kasi yung end part nito is gagawin natin siyang innovation. Okay? From problem to opportunities or from problem to innovation. So isulat nyo siya. Okay? Ano yung daily life? Ano yung pain points? Ano yung conflict-related challenges? Or post-conflict challenges? Okay, last 5 minutes. Ang bilis, no? Ang napaka-importante ng public administration, ha? So kung sino yung naka-receive nun. So make sure, like for example, in public administration, ang tagal ng proseso, yun yung barriers, parang ang tagal ng proseso ng isang negosyante na mag-register ng kanyang permit, pwede yon. Okay, next. Last 2 minutes, basically. Last 2 minutes. Okay, let's proceed for the next part. Next slide. 10 minutes po ito for this slide. So basically, in this, in defining, so you are going to convert insight into how might we. For example, how might we create culturally respectful innovation that strengthen peace? So meaning, how much we expand access to livelihood for communities, how much we increase the literacy, how much we use innovation to address geographic isolation and service gaps, how much we localize national innovation to fit BARMM's identity. So pumili lang po kayo dyan. So list as many as you can. So for example, in the agri and business, how much we can improve the agri sector, how much we can increase the input of corn, of rice, etc. And then with all those challenges, you are going to frame the challenges or the problem. With all those different problems, ano yung problema sa sektor? Di ba yung persona kanina sa education is mababa yung illiteracy. So ano yung mga problema? We are going to define the problem of that certain persona. Ano yung mga challenges that persona is experiencing? So for example, yung sinabi ko kanina, laging naglalakad, malnutrition, yung teacher is pagod na pagdating sa school, and a lot more of factor. So you are going to choose the top 3. Ano yung pinaka-contributing factor of the challenges? Bakit yung isang bata ay illiterate? Bakit hindi siya nakakaintindi? Okay, it's same with a different sector. Like for example, in the government, or in the public administration, how much we increase the competitiveness of the regulation or yung business registration. So isa sa pinaka-problema doon, kailangan pa ng barangay clearance. Kahit magrenta ka lang, kailangan pa ng, anong tawag nito? Kailangan pa ng fire permit. Ang dami-dami niyang kailangan na it takes time bago siya. So ano yung mga challenges doon? Okay, number 1, lost revenue. Kasi nga minsan yung iba na-discourage na, yung iba ayaw na mag-register. So nagtatago na lang. And what are the top 3 challenges? That you are going to define in terms according to your 10 priority agenda. Okay? I'm not sure with the security. So like for example, sa security, ano kaya yung problema? Di ba? Example natin, ano yung mga challenges in the security? Bakit hindi pa rin natin makamit yung kapayapaan? Okay, ito siya yung mga different problem. What are the top 3 na kailangang solusyonan? So you have 15 minutes to do this. That really focus on challenges of the workshop. Okay, you are going to define or frame the core challenges and prioritize 3 priority challenges for BARMM innovation. Okay, time please, 15 minutes, timer. So klaro naman po, no? With this, next slide nga. Yeah, for example, okay, just to give you an example, flood in the community is getting worse because of flood control corruption. How much will lessen yan, if not eliminate flood control corruption? Okay? Yan na, may example pala na binigay. Okay, that's one of the example for the government, for the public administration. Flood in the community is getting worse because of flood control corruption. How might we lessen, if not eliminate the flood control corruption? Okay? Next slide, pa-check nga. Okay, wala pa. Okay, balik na lang doon sa may define. Yes, thank you. Okay, last 2 minutes. Okay, let's proceed for the next one, which is the exciting part. Next slide. Next slide. So now we are going to generate as many ideas. Okay, so this is just a rapid iteration. You can create more ideas, wild and crazy ideas that encourage. So like for example, sabihin natin yung sa blue economy kanina, how we can address plastic pollution. Okay, that's the HMW na hindi nag-enter sa ating ocean. So my crazy idea there is, okay, gumawa ako ng plantable toothbrush para solusyonan ang plastic toothbrush. Okay, so that's create a lot of the ideas for the education natin kanina na nasabi ko. How? Okay, balik po muna. Balik po muna back at the previous slide. So, what are the ideas? How we can really address, okay, the problem of this child? Okay, so for example, sinabi natin yung kanina na yung bata naglalakad ng 4 hours. So some of the crazy ideas there, maybe we can have the drone, di ba? Mayroon na ngayong drone na yung lumilipad siya na lumilipad na kotse. Okay, we have the drone thing. Maybe kasi walang kalsada. Maybe we can have the drone transportation in that area. Okay, something like that. Crazy ideas, wild and crazy ideas that encourage, use local the metaphors, traditional system, maranaw, tausog, whatever it is. So each group must produce at least 3 ideas. Okay, sabihin na natin, that's too much yung 10 to 12. But if you are a lot of the group, as many as you can. Okay, as many as you can. How you can create or how you can educate, okay, the possible without judgment. Okay, di ba kanina nakita natin yung persona, na-define natin yung mga challenges, then we are going to educate. Papaano ba natin solusyonan yung challenges? So list, okay, ng marami, as many as you can, how you can address that one. Okay, how you can address the problem, use innovation, traditional knowledge, cultural, etc. So you will give you 10 minutes to list down all the ideas. Yun lang muna ha, ililist down nyo lang. Okay, yun lang yung trabaho. So, kung ano yung mga dapat solusyon. Okay, within the challenges that you determine. Okay, let's go for our ideation. Next slide po muna, just to give emphasis. Next slide. Ayan. So, you're going to rank ideas using these 4 criteria. And then, pipili kayo ng top 3 most promising idea. Okay? Cultural relevance, feasibility, and post-conflict, economic inclusion, alignment with the HDP nexus. Okay? So, identify from the list You determine you are going to identify the 5 most promising ideas. Balik muna sa previous slide. Ito muna yung gagawin nyo. Then after that, next po yun. Okay, paki-proceed forward on the next slide. Yes, that will be in 4 minutes. 3 minutes, you're going to determine the top 3 most promising ideas. Doon po sa listahan na ginawa ninyo. Okay, last 1 minute. Okay, for the last part of our co-creation workshop, next slide, is basically you are going to create a prototype. Di ba? You have the top 3 challenges. Pipili kayo ng isa. Okay? Top priority, top ideas. And you are going to choose one idea and you are going to create into a prototype. Such as community service model, digital app mock-ups, policy prototype, or new process flow, for example, in the administration, partnership model, ecosystem maps, new product sketches, or improve local governance. Next slide. Yeah, so in this rapid prototyping, canvas, each group will develop one prototype using a simple canvas that problem it solves, who it serves, yung ano nyo kanina, yung persona, and the key components, cultural appropriateness check, peace and its deep nexus, and the potential partners. Okay, so for example, gagawa ng, for example, yung tourism. Okay, di ba? Mayroon tayong part ng tourism. Example natin si 𝗕𝘃𝗴𝘀 Okay, na yung ginawa in order to attract more is, let's do a virtual tourism so that we can encourage more people to go in BARMM. So that's one of the example that a prototype. So pwede kayong gumawa ng bahay, pwede kayong mag-drawing, or may mga materials na mga binigay sa inyo, or what you want to do. Okay, di ba yung sa akin, yung prototype ko is gumawa ko ng plantable toothbrush. So ginamit ko yung kawayan, okay? Ginamit ko yung kawayan and then sabi ko, I want it to be more creative. Nilagyan ko ng seed doon sa loob ng toothbrush. So that's the prototype. Okay? So you are going to create a prototype according doon sa na visual. Okay, a visual prototype or a drawing of your prototype na doon sa mga different ideas. Di ba you have the top 3 ideas? Yung top 3 ideas nyo, you are going to cut it into one. Ano yung pinaka-priority? Then mag-create kayo ng isang produkto or isang sistema, okay? Or isang policy. Okay, pag policy, syempre susulat lang yon. And how it look like. Like yung sinabi ko kanina sa public administration, that our goal is for the business registration na in 1 hour or 3 hours, pag nagbayad ka na, okay, naka-online na lahat, hindi ka na pupunta ng munisipyo, then ipiprint mo na diretso yung business permit mo. Hindi ka na mag-aantay pa ng 3 or 6 na buwan before you will receive your business permit. For example, like that. So, create a prototype for 30 minutes, and then after that, find one person who are going to do a 3-minute speech all about your prototype. Okay? So maybe hindi natin alam yung prototype nyo will become, okay, yun yung magagamit natin to be the next innovation or magiging maipasok natin doon sa sa BARMM Innovation Agenda and Strategy document. So we really don't know what will happen in that kind of prototype. Di ba yung sinabi ko kanina, one of the prototype in terms of yung sa agri, di ba? Ang tagal-tagal magtanim ng palay. So mayroong nag-prototype na seeder na in just 1 hour, tapos na yung isang araw na pagtatanim. Instead na one day is 1 hour na lang yung pagtatanim ng palay. Okay, so naintindihan natin? So you have 30 minutes to create your prototype. Okay, all about the different, the challenges or the one idea that you choose to create into prototype. Okay? So naintindihan natin, napakaklaro ng instruction natin. So 30 minutes, we'll start now, then we will begin our presentation for a 3-minute speech after 30 minutes. Pabalik doon sa first slide. Previous slide, yes. No. Sa prototype slide po. Yan. So that's some of the ideas. Then after 15 minutes, paki-transfer on the next slide. 10 minutes, I mean. Okay, just to give you a more example, like for example, in Cebu, kakabasa ko lang na balita, pag yung mga negosyante, pag nag-register ka, you are required to plant 100 trees. Okay, that's one of the innovation kasi di ba wala na silang puno, okay, or yung forest nila kalbo. So part of their business registration now, they included the environmental compliance, which is a minimum of 10 na punong kahoy yung kailangang maitanim na naka-QR code as part of your compliance. Which is, I think, for that is also an okay na innovation to really integrated environmental compliance in terms of protecting or restoring our environment in your community. Yun lang, just share you some of the ideas. Okay, crazy ideas. This is in the capital, meaning yung mga nagkakwari yung kailangan ng legislation ng capital. Okay, last 10 minutes. So last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes. Okay, last 2 minutes. Okay, and hopefully, natapos na po. So we will give you, each group will give you 3 minutes pitch all about your innovation. Okay, of what you created, of what you conceptualize as a group. Okay, who will start? I think yung mga young people natin doon, no, napaka-aggressive nun. Yon, hindi, kayo, yung kumaway. Yes, yes, yes. So anong track yon? Anong priority areas? Public administration. We have one microphone. Learning and education, I'm sorry. Learning and education. Okay, learning and education, come here on the stage. Mayroon pong extra microphone, please. 3 to 5 minutes, maximum of 5 minutes. Yes, here na lang siguro para mabilis tayo.
Check, hello.
Ay, hindi pala. Hindi siya nakikita sa likod. So dito na. Sige na, akyat na tayo.
Hello, hello.
Okay, let's listen for the learning and education. Of what is they conceptualize? Of what or ano yung naging prototype nila with their from the learning and education problem. So, go through from the start, who are the persona up to the prototype. Okay?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Before we start, my name is 𝗕R𝘀𝗴𝘀 Maranao from Lanao del Sur, Marawi City. I'm a representative coming from 𝗕𝘀 Agriculture Cooperative. This cooperative was founded in 2021 after the Marawi siege and the 𝗕𝘀 2018. So we are the group 1. Our agenda is learning and education. And my colleagues, his name is...
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is 𝗕𝘀 𝗕𝘀 from the academe field, from private institution in Basilan, specifically in Lamitan City, 𝗕R𝘀 𝗀𝘀 Foundation Incorporated.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. From CCI Impact Chamber of SGA, Laila Sultan Aliman.
Okay, so Alhamdulillah, yes, we have a learner. Yes? Okay. Okay na? Okay ka na? Sorry. Sige. Okay, meron tayong advertisement. Okay? So, ha? Sige. Waalaikumsalam. Okay, go. Okay, back to business. Okay, we have empathized the purpose of learning and education. Actually, this is very relatable to me because I'm a displaced person during the time of Marawi siege. So we emphasize the displaced families due to family conflict in terms of economic issues. Alam na naman natin na yung pinagdaanan namin during those times is very heavy. Okay? So during those time, our daily life is that we integrate for this one, our daily life in schooling and online classes. We have also a modular. Alam naman natin na ang hirap-hirap during those time, ng hirap mag-aral. Bakit? Kasi nga, nawala kami sa aming mga lugar, specifically to our homes. So, ito yung daily life namin na ang hirap tugunan. Next is we have pain points. Ang aming mga pain points is yun nga, nawala kami sa aming lugar. So, firstly is power interruption or the electricity itself. And socialization, of course, nawala tayo sa fourth corner of the classroom na naging virtual classes. And then, law of internet. Aside from walang internet, walang electricity, patay-patay, tapos low internet pa kasi nga, napunta tayo sa lugar na hindi natin bahay or hindi natin kabisado. Next one is the conflict-related challenges. So we have just only one thing to clarify is managing school-life balance. Napakahirap po mawala sa lugar mo. And I think you already realize what is being a displaced person. And next one is tracking of learners, students. This includes this disruption of the family sources of income. Yun nga po, yung kinagisnan mo na income mo is na-transfer ka, so napakahirap po, no? Opportunities and innovation, naisip na namin na we are going to contribute by means of what? By means of making and online or mobile library. Kasi po ngayon, walang may dahilan ng isang learner. Everything is provided in these things. Di ba? Nasa cellphone na. Kahit nakatutulog ka, nakakapag-online class ka. And that's the reality. Next is peer tutoring program, which includes yun nga po, virtual classes. Sa touch points and ecosystem naman, we have the teachers, the classmates, and relative and school administration itself. Next one is to define. To define these displaced families, we have how much we're going to encourage children or the learner to learn despite the absence of parents. So number 2 is how might we to monitor the students with displaced past in terms of many things, like for example emotional interactions. Next is how might we provide accessible and inclusive learning process to each learners. Okay, so next, proceed na tayo kasi 3 minutes lang pala.
Yes,
So,
malapit na yung time. Last 2 minutes.
In AGIAT, we have a lot of things that comes in our minds. This includes the following: improve and utilize virtual communication. 2, reconciliation processes. Number 3, integration programs. And number 4, safe and peaceful, clear learning zones, and so on and so forth. So wala nang oras kasi. Okay, next. So all of these things, we have to select one. So we choose improved and utilize virtual communications. So direct to the point. Lastly, we prototype. We choose, inshallah, soon BARMM will provide this one. Application virtual learning, a platform which learners have already automated assessment tools. For instance, nagdi-discuss the teacher, tapos after discussion, meron niyang assessment. So ang plano namin is gagawa kami ng AI tools in which after the assessment source is already automated, recorded, and so that in our new era of digitalization, si teachers is matutulungan ng AI na to compute and to monitor and to evaluate the students in a manner of gradual and precise and pabilisan na trabaho. So hopefully, ma-integrate ito. Marami yan. For example, synchronous virtual discussions kasi nga, no choice in times of displacement or, for example, nung nagka-COVID, we have no choice but to choose online platforms. Na and other things is recorded and replayable kasi ang kagandahan sa online is recorded na siya. So anytime, anywhere, if there's an internet, you can access that. You missed classes. Okay, automated assessment and results, yun nga, automated updated to parents without recorded. Natulungan natin si teachers. Educational fun games kasi maganda rin yun. Ang problema lang sa online classes is yung physical appearance. So we choose, sir, inshallah, a learning platform with automated assessments and general sayings na AI for learning platform to all learners in the BARMM, inshallah. So hopefully, nakatulong po kami, sir.
Okay, maraming salamat. Okay, for that presentation. Next.
Okay, thank you po.
Okay, yon, come here. Okay, akyat na. So it's an AI tool for both students and teacher on how we can really transform the online learning process. This is blue water, tama ba?
Public administration
Public
and finance.
administration. Okay, tingnan natin. Okay, what they crafted from the public administration or governance.
Okay. Sakit sa mata yung ilaw. Okay po. Kinabahan ako tuloy. Okay, ito po for us. Ito yung na-consolidate po namin, pinagplanuhan po namin in terms of public administration kasama po nung finance. Ewan ko ba, bakit dalawang binigay sa amin doon sa mesa? Okay? Okay, first, yung doon sa activity natin, nakita po natin, in terms of public administration, nakatutok po siya sa general na pamumuno, no? Okay. So, isa sa mga nakita po namin na map po namin na problem doon na persona is that yung problema mismo ng mga farmers in terms of accessibility doon sa kanilang mga produkto, especially sa mga areas na mga bagong sibol pa lamang like SGA, mga ganyan po. So, ngayon po, nakita po namin si farmers. And one of the daily life na nakita natin na pinoproblema nila yung access road, yung farm to market road, yung mga bagay na, especially yung mga high-end technology ngayon na ini-embrace po natin nowadays, hindi nakakarating ng maayos doon mismo sa mga remote areas, sa mga far-flung areas. Kaya lack po sila ng kaalaman, marami silang kakulangan in understanding in the innovative, sa innovation po natin. So that's why isa yan sa mga problema po natin. And of course, yung pain points dito, dahil sa kakulangan nito, sa mga bagay na to doon sa mga far-flung areas, ang masakit para sa kanila, sa mga farmers, is that hindi naging maayos yung pag-deliver ng kanilang mga produkto. Kaya low ang income, low ang kanilang nare-return sa kanilang investment. Kaya ngayon po, ang ating conflict-related challenges po natin dito is that stagnant development doon sa mga far-flung areas, especially sa mga farmers po natin. Then, sa mga opportunities for innovation na nakita po namin is that itong IEC, Information Education Campaign, in terms of technology, innovation, kasama na po yung cultural common system. Di ba may mga sariling sistema ang ating mga farmers kung paano nila pinapalago ang kanilang mga produkto. But then, kinakailangan lamang dagdagan natin ito through our technology and innovation. So yan po yung mga opportunities na pwede natin maibigay po sa kanila. And of course, sa touchpoint ecosystem po natin, nagbaliktad ata ako. Pasensya na po. Okay. Yung sa opportunities for innovation, dapat po pala is top to bottom ang approach. Yun. Nagbaliktad, sorry po. Nagbaliktad yung note ko. No? Yung opportunities doon, dapat magsimula mismo doon sa government down to the sa remote area, yung approaches in terms of pagbibigay po ng makabagong technologies. Kasi hindi po lahat ng ating mga farmers is literate po doon sa mga bagong makinarya. Okay? For our defined namin as to enhance the accessibility system. Ibig sabihin po noon, mas dapat palawakin pa, mas palakasin pa yung pagsasagawa ng mga access roads ng ating mga nasa far-flung areas papunta doon sa one-stop shop market po natin sa ating syudad. And of course, yung isa din sa nakita po namin is yung mga farmers po natin sa mga far-flung areas na kinakailangan nila ng education is kinakailangan natin magkaroon sila ng mind setting. No? Magma-mind setting sila, especially i-integrate yung cultural and innovation system po natin. Kasi yung innovation natin, that is makabagong teknolohiya, plus yung mga cultural system na nila, yung dating sistema na po natin, i-integrate na lamang po para at least dahan-dahan maka-adapt po sila doon sa bagong system. Yun po. And next, ideate po natin ito. Magkaroon po tayo ng Community Farmers Hub, voice-based support system, networking ng mga ano natin, ng mga farmers po natin, palakasin po ng networking, like yung mga alliances ng ating mga cooperatives, farmers cooperatives, mga ganon, para mas lalong mailapit din yung services. And of course, yung ating audio-visual content. Itong audio-visual content, dito po yung pinapasok po natin yung pagsagawa ng prototype po natin. Yung voice-based support system, tinawag po namin si 𝗕𝘀𝘀 isang voice-generated system na kung saan meron na siyang technical requirements with IBR platform na then mayroon siyang toll-free number, meron siyang pre-recorded audio na kung saan iba't ibang lingwahe. No, na kung saan kung Maguindanao siya, at least related sa kanya yung yung answers. Kung kung Maranao po yung Maranao din po. So ibig sabihin kung magtatanong siya doon sa system po na nang nakamaranaw siya, sasagutin siya ng Maranao. So yun yung isang system na napakaganda din po. And of course, database frequency ask, question, and response. Yun na yung sinasabi po namin na nandoon na po lahat. Naka-database na po yung ating kiosks po natin. And of course, yung ating integration with live agent support system. Katulad nitong gidrawing po namin na si 𝗕𝘀𝘀𝘀, dito pumapaloob yung lahat ng program po na magtatanong sila ano yung mga makabagong idea, makabagong innovation, makabagong system, and then naiintindihan nila in their language. Yon. Sige. Meron pong idadagdag ang aming kasama from the CISEA po.
Okay, last 3 minutes.
Sir, additional po, yung ginawa po namin is para ma-aware po yung farmers natin ng mga programs ng LGU.
Yeah.
Kaya gumawa kami kung meron tayong Siri and Alexa, si Dato by ang gagawin namin kiosk, para pag kinausap nila si kiosk, kung Maranao sila, Maguindanao sila, nasa dialect yung sasagot sa kanila. So malalaman nila ngayon yung programa ng LGU na unaware sila, sir, sa mga programs ng LGUs. So ang gagawin ngayon, para ma-access nila, maglalagay sa each barangay ng by Dato kiosk. So nakita niyo yung drawing namin, talagang Bangsamoro siya, naka-hijab, naka-kupya, kasi meron kaming gender awareness. Kasi yan po talaga sa Islam, magkahiwalay talaga si lalaki at saka si babae. Kung magtatanong si Dato, Dato ang magsasagot sa kanya doon sa kiosk. Para malaman niya anong gusto niyang programa na pwede sa kanila. Kasi hindi nga nila na-access ang programa ng LGU. Yun po.
Wow, that's great.
Okay. So wala na po kami maidadagdag. Yun na po, sir. So, bali yun yung na-address po namin sa pain point, yung sa lack of yung awareness, lack of education. So, through this system, yung kiosks na to, malalaman na po ng ating mga farmers kung ano yung meron sa government na programs.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that's so innovative. Okay, I like that idea. Ang ganda nun. Okay. On how to really reach the government, on how to reach governance using that by Dato, okay? By Dato instead of Sere. Yeah, that's good. And we're looking forward, okay, that the government will really invest on it. Okay, next. Sino pa po? Yes, come here. Anong priority areas po yan? Health. Okay, come here. Health.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu. We are from the youth sector, at the same time, youth by the heart with our sir. Then ang aming priority po ngayon is health, which is number 2 po siya. Ang naisip po ng aming grupo po ay to start po muna, kasamahan ko po is from Bayo, si Ma'am 𝗕RHI𝗴𝗀 𝗕𝘃 At the same time, si City Jehana Baunto. At nandito si Ma'am Haula Abdul. At nag-iisa naming sir, si Sir Norodin Talipasan from Mariro I. And also, I am Hasna from MODEC. Ang naisip po ng aming team ay magkaroon ng mobile health care services po in a barangay level with also the health center app. Ang naisip po ng aming grupo, we want to address the issue po pagdating sa pag-access ng ating mga nasa barangay level. Although we have barangay health center, pero may mga iilan tulad po ng ating mga young mother na naging maagang ina, they cannot access that dahil sa kanilang socio-economic. At madalas, hindi nila naiiwan ng kanilang anak sa kanilang bahay at walang nagbabantay. At isa yun sa mga hindrance kung bakit hindi po sila nakakapunta sa ating mga health center. Although there is a mobile healthcare services, pero madalas nakikita lang po natin ito pag may mga medical mission, which is ang health is araw-araw na issue. Maaring isa rin ito sa pinaka number 1 na issue na nasa community po natin. Then based on our experience, meron po talaga kami one of our community na ang isang bata ay namatay dahil hindi po siya makapunta sa isang hospital or health center dahil po sa kakulangan ng kanilang pera. Ito po yung ating gustong pagtuunan at bigyan po ng pondo, inshallah. And we want the MOH, at the same time yung iba't ibang ahensya na relevant to health, na bigyang pansin po nila na kahit papaano is meron po tayong maliliit na mga mobile. Yung mobile health center, it's not all about the mobile itself, but also a mobile app. Kasi po sa mobile app, we want to introduce, since innovation po, we want also to introduce to the young mothers and even not young mothers, the virtual assistant, para at least meron po silang mga socio-economic kahit nasa bahay po sila, pwede po silang maka-access ng kanilang livelihood through virtual assistant. Pwede po to ibigay ng ating mga MTIT, paano po yung skills sa MOST, para at least meron po silang pera kahit nasa bahay po sila. Then at the same time, yung mobile app po, hindi lang po siya about kung ano yung kailangan mong gamot. Pagdating din po sa mental health awareness, gusto po namin magkaroon po tayo ng mobile app na kung saan pwede po magkaroon ng online counseling. Which is, we know that is ang pag-access ng mga counseling or psychometrician or psychiatrist is mahal din po. Knowing na ngayon po, napakarami pong mga issues, no? Maraming nagpapakamatay dahil sa kanilang mga anxiety, lalong-lalo na po yung mga mother natin, yung mga postpartum, kahit 2 years po yan, minsan, nagbabakal pa rin po yung mga mother. And we want also to have sa ating mga iba't ibang ahensya na bigyan po nila ng pondo po ito. Kasi po, iniisip din namin na dapat meron po siyang schedule. Yun po yung napag-usapan po nung aming team. Kasi po, pwede pong MWF, meron tayong mobile health center kung saan nakamandato, kung saan sila makaka-assign po doon. Then TTH, pwede po sila doon sa health center para doon sa mga kayang umaccess po sa health center. Ang aking kasamahan, baka po pwede pang dumagdag.
So may naisip na rin po kaming branding sa naisip naming prototype. So first of all, itong prototype po namin covers 2 areas. Isa, community service models, yung na-mention po ni ma'am. And the other one is yung digital app mock-ups. So itong digital mock-ups, ito po yung healthcare app na naisip namin. Na with may special feature po siya. Doon po sa na-mention ni ma'am na online counseling. Yung community service models po naman is yung mobile clinic po. So, pinopropose po namin is in implementing mobile clinic, this initiative aim to provide essential holistic medical services, kasama nito yung mental health, mga medicine, mga ganun, in remote communities that lack access and quality health care. So yun po, ang flagship po nun is kaalalay ni nanay. Kasi usually women, sila po minsan yung vulnerable sa mga community natin.
Yun po. Pero yung baka po sabihin nila hindi kami inclusive, yung mobile health care po na ito, pwede po sa lahat, pero pinaka-priority po namin yung ating mga ina po. Yun po. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
Yeah, thank you very much for that mobile health care. You know what? I just came from Kenya last June. And one of the best in their healthcare, they have their mobile dialysis. So bawat munisipyo nila doon is mayroong isang mobile dialysis. Kasi sobrang haba, especially dito, di ba, sa regional. Ang haba ng dialysis. So what they did, in every municipality, they established a mobile dialysis. It's a long 10-footer na van na yun yung nag-iikot sa mga different barangay of that municipality. So far, one of the best healthcare. At ngayon nga, I think we really need the mobile healthcare centers. It's because yung 300 natin na health centers ay unfunctional or ghost. Okay? Diba? Yung bago ngayon na report na 300 natin na health centers, hindi nagfa-function or hindi mahanap kung nasaan yung health center. Okay. So next group, okay, come here. Yun pa muna. That group. Anong priority area?
Manufacturing and trade.
Manufacturing and trade.
They have two.
Mayroon silang manufacturing
Yeah.
and trade and energy. Okay. Okay. Your timer starts now.
Okay, good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. From Basilan people, we are with the group of MTIP. So, yung concern po namin or yung task is energy at saka manufacturing. Micro entrepreneurs and manufacturing and trade. Okay. We will start first with the energy. Okay, ano yung daily life ng under energy? Number one, we have identified about two. Number one is small business struggle with refrigeration or machinery due to increasing supplies. Number two is community rely on limited electricity. So, yun po. Letter B, pain point. Ano po yung naramdaman na mahirapan po ang isang entrepreneur? Number one, unreliable power supply. Limited access to renewable energy solution. Number three, barriers in connecting remote villages to the grid. Okay. Letter C, conflict-related challenges. Ito po yung challenges under conflict, related. Number one, damage to power lines. Okay. Number two, difficulty accessing certain areas for repair or installation. Number three, solar-powered livelihood tools like dryers, water pumps, cold storage. So letter D, opportunities for innovation. Number one, deployment of mini-grid or microgrid solar system for isolated communities. Number two, community managed renewable energy cooperatives. Under letter E, we have here touch point in the ecosystem. Number one, MENDRE, electric cooperative and private power distribution. Number three, solar companies and renewable energy service provider. We have also included development organization supporting energy access. So, with the prototype, we have here resilient energy support system for small business. Our concern here is to help small business, especially to those relying in refrigeration or machinery, to overcome challenges from inconsistent electricity supplies in communities with limited grid reliability. Number one is a hybrid energy, RESS, RESS, is a hybrid energy management and backup solution tailored to businesses, combining solar power, battery storage, smart load management, and community energy sharing to ensure reliable operation despite grid instability. So that is for the energy. We are going to micro entrepreneurs, manufacturing and trade. Letter A, daily life. Number one, tracking sales, managing limited inventory. Number two, processing is done using basic store or manual level. In letter B, pain points, limited machinery or outdated equipment. Number two, dependence on middlemen who dictate low prices. Number three, inconsistent product quality due to lack of standardization. Number four, poor market information. Number five, limited access to capital and financing. Under letter C, conflict-related challenges, we have here enumerated disrupted supply chains during conflict or tensions. Number two, fewer buyers visiting conflict-prone areas. Under letter D, opportunities for innovations. Number one, establishing shared processing facilities. Number two, improve logistics using community-based transport services. Number three, we list here skill training on product quality, packaging, and branding. Number four, price transparency, applications, and commerce integration. Under letter E, we have detached in the ecosystem. Number one, LGUs which concern on permit business support. MTIT, MAPAR, and MOST. Of course, the buyers, processors, and exporter.
Last 4 minutes.
NGOs and development partners like UNDP, ICN, AV, etc. Cooperatives and associations, financial institutions, transport providers, and traders. So, with that, our comments here is the prototype, simple trade tracker. Enable micro-entrepreneur to efficiently track seller, manage limited inventory, and improve business decisions making using an easy-to-use, low-cost digital tools tailored for those with minimal tech experience and limited resources. The key features, number 1, sales tracking modules, inventory management modules. Number 3, reporting and insight. Number 4, user-friendly design. And last is the number 5, data backup and sharing. So that's it, sir, for the group of Basilan. Thank you.
Thank you. Next group. Okay, come here. Okay, what track? Dapat matapos ako na 3:30. Okay, we're about to finish. Okay, so we will strictly do the 3-minute speech because we are over time already. Just highlight the challenges and then the prototype. So anong track yan?
So the track that we were
Blue
given
economy
is blue
and water or our environment.
So assalamu alaikum. So my name is Shad and from the PLG of Tawi-Tawi, and I have here Sir Basri from MTIT Tawi-Tawi. So the track that was given to us was blue economy and water. So the persona that we wanted to portray was that we put ourselves as a seaweed farmer. So as a seaweed farmer, our daily life during the seaweed farming season is, of course, we farm and harvest, and that includes processes such as limited, actually, to drying, and also taking care of the farm and monitoring the temperatures, putting the seaweeds at a high sea level or at the lower level of the sea, and etc. So what are the pain points that we have identified? This includes the health of the seaweed, most specifically, ice disease. So it's a disease that seaweeds are susceptible to, and it's a problem for seaweed farmers. So another thing that is a pain point is price fluctuation. As a farmer, you don't have a say with regards to the price of seaweeds. So you are very much dependent to what the traders would tell you on how much seaweeds is. So another is, we don't have processing facilities. Seaweed farmers are limited to the production of the raw material seaweeds. And of course, if we processed it further, that would add value to the seaweed, and that would be much beneficial to the farmer. But right now, we're limited to just selling raw-dried seaweeds. So what are conflict-related challenges in farming, seaweed farming? So we've identified zoning in the sense that there are areas being targeted by farmers, and sometimes it overlaps. So conflicts arise from this. And next is conflict of interest with regards to farmers and traders. So I think that's very much self-explanatory. So that's it. Next is we have opportunities for innovation. So what can we do with seaweed farming? What can seaweed farmers do with their seaweeds? So what we have here, listed here, are to improve the resiliency of seaweeds by applying R&D results from academe or any agencies involved in improving the seaweed propagules. Next is we have value-adding processes for seaweeds. And lastly, of course, it's a unique, I believe so, it's a unique scenery for someone to head into a seaweed farm. So that could provide an avenue for ecotourism. So who are the touch points in the ecosystem? So we've identified the convergence of agencies, LGUs, or anyone involved in the industry of seaweeds. So you have cooperatives, the academe, of course, trainings, financing institutions, and anyone involved in the digitalization of data. So how might we be able to address a specific problem in the seaweed industry? So we've identified the incorporation of modern system and traditional knowledge to adopt farming techniques. So that would definitely be beneficial for the farmers and of course for anyone involved who would like to invest in seaweed farming or the seaweed industry. And then having resilient seaweed propagules from R&D and incorporating modern oceanographic forecasting, just like using GIS or Geographic Information System. So the ideas that we tried to formulate to help seaweed farmers is basically more on upscaling the seaweed farming, in seaweed farming, because of course, if we say processing, that would be a straightforward approach. So what we have here is an app that we wanted to develop because that would be helpful for gaining information and determining how to proceed with upscaling seaweed farming. So initially, we thought about using a local dialect to name the app. It was anyway. So we decided to name the app as Yamang Dagat application because this means that it is applicable not only for seaweed farming but also for everyone in the blue economy. Anyone can use it. So what does it entail, Yamang Dagat application? So for seaweed farming, of course, we want to know the area, geographic information, the area. So that would include then like temperature, the turbidity of the water, and anything that may affect seaweed farming or any aquaculture involvements. So that would be all from our group. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And you know, I just want to share regarding that because there is a similar technology in Indonesia in their pond farming. So they use an IoT technology na kung saan nilagay nila dun sa fish pond and then ma-determine nila kung yung water, kung if in case polluted na yung water, malaman na din ng IoT if in case yung isda nila is lumaki na ba o hindi. Or kailangan na i-feed or kung ano na yung mga kailangan. I think for this, to improve your innovation, is it should be integrated the monitoring of the health. I-include yung monitoring ng health ng, anong tawag nito? Health ng seaweeds. Together with the waves, kasi may effect yon, like the temperature of the water na indicated na siya doon in order to prevent loss. And that will be a very good integration. Hopefully, we're looking forward to materialize all of this presentation. Who's next? Okay, come here. How many groups that we have? 1, 2, 3. We have 3. Okay, first dito na muna. Come here. Anong track yan?
Food and agribusiness. Food and agribusiness.
Food and agribusiness.
Hello.
So, cause we have only 10 minutes remaining. So mag-ano lang tayo ng 10 minutes, I think. MTIT, mag-ano lang kami ng 10 minutes, mag-extend, okay, for the presentation.
Okay, good afternoon and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. So, I'm Sofia Mapandi from Maradeka, NGO based in Lanao del Sur. And with my team is my friends from Upgrade Enulab Incorporated from Davao City. So in our group, food and agribusiness, next. So our persona for today is a farmer, John, 27 years old, a father, and a rice farmer from BARMM. Next slide, please. So our pain points is we identified 5: lack of farm inputs and equipments, effects of calamities to their crops, lost revenues, lack of education of farmers in adaptation of technology, and decreasing interest for farming or agriculture ventures for the next generation. And lastly is the debt due to semi-annual harvest schedule. Next, please. So we have identified how might we, yun po yung naka-red highlights po, yan po yung tatlong na-identify po namin. And we identified the pinaka-importante is yung nasa yellow, yung how might we provide farmer-friendly, culturally appropriate training that enables barn farmers to confidently adopt practical agriculture technologies. Next po. Next slide, please. So, ito po yung top 3 po namin. First is educating the youth back to farming and agricultural practices to be embedded back to the early education curriculum. Kasi napag-usapan po namin sa group na mostly po, wala na pong mga youth na nag-i-engage po in farming o wala na pong kumukuha ng kurso po on agriculture. So siguro po kailangan nating balikan na mas maparami pa po yung mga kabataan na mag-engage in kursong agriculture. Second, provision of funding support or programs to continue the education on farming and agriculture. Third is spark the interest of young farmers to adopt technology to increase productivity. Kumukonti na rin po yung ating mga farmers ngayon. Karamihan ay mga matatanda na wala na pong kabataan na gustong mag-engage ng farming. So it's time na po na may mga next youth farmer generation na po tayong maiproduce. So next slide please. So ito po yung naisip namin na prototype. It's Youth Agritech Learning Pathway for BARMM program from grassroots to harvest. Next po, next na slide. So yun, first is i-integrate agriculture into early education. So naalala po kasi namin dati talaga yung sa mga elementary levels, meron po tayong mga gardening po sa mga schools. Ngayon po, parang paunti-unti na pong nawawala. So baka po pwede natin ibalik yon. Develop and roll out and contextualize agri-modules for local farming practices, like or halal-sensitive agriculture, or climate-resilient food systems in basic education, and implement school gardens and farm projects so learners experience farming as part of their daily school life para po mas maintindihan po nila at saka mas ma-appreciate nila yung kagandahan po ng agriculture. And then next, ano po namin is yung create funded pathways for agri-focused youth. So we will offer agri-related senior highs, trans-TV tracks, or community-based trainings as clear continuation routes. So hindi lang po siya mag-i-stop po doon from elementary levels. And if possible, we can also provide scholarships or stipends or training funds, especially for the students, yung mga anak po ng ating mga farmers na mabigyan po ng scholarship para po mas ma-encourage po natin yung mga kabataan po na kumuha ng agriculture. Yun po yung isang factor na bibigyan ng scholarship pag yung kursong kukunin mo ay agriculture. And establish young farmer tech labs for hands-on adoption. So magsa-set up po tayo ng young farmer tech labs in schools or in barangays, equipped with simple farm apps, record-keeping tools, and low-cost agri-technologies. Or pwede rin po nating i-pair yung ating mga mentors with farmers or mga technicians, agri-experts to run the projects and micro-ventures that apply these technologies and increasing productivity and confidence in modern farming. Next. For this, ito po yung paniniwala ng aming grupo. So by investing in BARMM's young people as tech-enabled, values-rooted farmers today, we can break the cycle of rural poverty and turn Mindanao's field into engines of peace, resilience, and shared prosperity. Maraming salamat po.
Wow, that's 3 minutes. Okay. Halatang may experience na to sa design thinking, yung grupo na to. Okay, well polished. So this is one of the innovation. This is what we call the system and process innovation. Okay, yung ginawa nila. Who's next? Mayroon pa? Ito muna, ma'am. Ito muna sila. Come here. Yes, yes, sir. Okay, okay. After na lang po muna. Let's take a look here, sir. Come here. Sige, mauna na po. Sige, come here po. We will give you 1 minute. Yes, yes. We'll give you 1 minute to add on it. 2 minutes. Sige, pagbigyan na. 2 minutes.
𝗕𝘀𝘁 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝗺𝓷𝑔 Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nagtaka rin kami pero it's an opportunity kasi yung mga na-inputs nila ay ganun, meron din kaming na list. Pero ang dagdag lang namin dito is food and business, agribusiness. So nakaano kami sa idea na ang aming target ay yung mga combatants, which is sila yung nakikita natin na ever since nahirapan kasi ang kanilang mga anak hindi na-educate, wala silang mga opportunity sa other services kasi nakatuon lang sila sa paglaban sa gobyerno para sa kanilang right to self-determination. So yun ang persona namin is yung formal combatants ng aming food and number 3, food and agriculture business. So doon sa mga challenges, katulad na mention nila, ang dagdag lang namin yung katulad sinabi ko na sila yung mga taong hindi na-educate, lahat ng mga government na program ay hindi na na-enjoy nung time ng gera. So alhamdulillah, nandito na tayo sa peace. So dito na lang, no? Kasi parang nakikita ko na nasa age tayo ng technology. Kasi karamihan may apps. So amin din may apps. So doon sa agribusiness, kasi dapat meron tayong makadevelop tayo ng isang apps na una-una, malalaman natin yung ano ang trend na negosyo ngayon. Ano ang trend na, halimbawa, kasi usually ang price, pag harvest ng farmer, bumaba ang price. So merong apps na ma-determine kung makatulong sa kanila na hindi sila magiging kawawa. Pangalawa, is mayroon ding apps na magkaroon sila ng halimbawa yung mga service ng gobyerno andun sa apps, isang apps lang maka-access na sila ng education sa scholarship, may apps na maka-access sila sa health, at saka yung other services ng government. Kaya yun lang yun, sir. Thank you and wassalam. 1 minute.
Okay, maraming salamat. It's some like, just to reiterate their idea, it's some like a crypto. Kung sino yung may alam ng crypto, doon mo nalalaman yung trade nung bumababa o hindi. So it's similar na parang yung agri, nakikita natin kung bumababa ba o tumataas yung presyo ng mga agri outputs. Okay, next. Okay, come here. We have last 2 presentation. 3. Mayroon pa dito. Okay, we have last 3 presentation. 4. Okay, magsistrict talaga ako ng 3 minutes, ha? Okay, 3 minutes lang talaga. We still have 4.
3
so
minutes,
we can
sir?
end by 9:10.
Okay, you can time me in. Thank you very much.
Okay, here.
Sir, I just want to inform you na ako lang mag-isa dito. I don't have any other members. It's the sala of the MTIT and BPDA for giving this. I chose the returning combatant. Ano ba yung realities nila? Nasabi ata ni ma'am. Can't avail of services, family of 10, more or less. Naghihirap, education is problema. And then, Nandiyan sila sa katayuan yan kasi ayaw nila sa gobyerno. Yun yung reality. What are the challenges? Number one, nasa gida sila. Ano ba yung gida? Geographically isolated area. Ibig sabihin nun, malayo, hindi accessible. Lack of government, NGO, CSO support, at saka yung behavior din mismo ng combatant, at saka yung expectation niya sa gobyerno. Yun ang challenge. Yung paano i-sustain yung mga programa ng gobyerno para sa kanila. And then, gusto natin ng negosyo-negosyo, but negosyo is not for all. Lack of entrepreneurial skills, okay? Ngayon, ano bang opportunity ng gobyerno? You could bring education for their children, skills enhancement for fathers, mothers, livelihood program for them, irrigation projects for agriculture, bring government basic services to them, help them market their produce, and create support group for them para hindi na sila bumalik sa gobyerno. Kasi ang pinakamalaking challenge is mindset. How do we indoctrinate their mindset that the government is an ally, not an enemy? That's number one. And how do we influence their mindset not to get out of the government, that separation from the government is not the solution? Okay. Wild ideas how to solve the program. Let's transform their camps. We have one in Butig na na-transform na ata. They have a very good tourist area there. Natural tourist area. Yung river nila, yung lake nila, ang ganda-ganda. I've been there. And then scholarship for the children. And then yung mga lahat ng gusto nyong mangyari sa sector nyo, please let it happen to combatants areas. Kasi isa din yun sa issue na tayo lang dito ang meron, pero sa mga areas nila wala. So lahat ng mga innovations na iisip nyo, provide to the combatant area. And then, let's bring in services to them. Internet sa geographically isolated area. Mobile clinic, mobile kitchen, mobile medical team, lahat ng mobile dalhin nyo sa kanila. And education, government-led or CSO-led economic, political, and social reform. Ito yung pinaka-problema sa gobyerno, budget para sa decommissioning. Kailangan din natin ayusin yon kasi apparently, maraming promises na hindi natupad. So sana matupad yun lahat. And yun lang. Thank you very much.
Okay, maraming salamat. Next, sir. That's 3 minutes. And we have down to our last two last three presenter. Yes. One, two. Oh, yeah, dalawa na lang. Si sir, and then kayo po, and then the last one here.
Hello. Assalamualaikum. By the way, I am Sultan Salahuddin Samporna from Ecosystem Work for Essential Benefits. Kasama ko si MCLG. So, mahirap pakipagsabayan sa kabataan, no? But anyway, they are SK1, we are also SK2. Sanggunyang kabataan, sanggunyang katigulangan, no? So, would you believe that human investment is very important in our society for us to have holistic and realistic result in our economy? So, ang issue po natin dito is IDP, isang batang 3 years old na malnourished. Ang kanyang statistic po ay MUAC ay 11.5, kaya po siya nagmalnourished. Kasi ang standard po natin is 12.5. Yun po ang standard natin. Baka yung may mga medical staff dito na alam nila yun. So ito po, alam nyo na po yung nangyari sa Marawi, no? About 5 months of conflict for war between the government and the ISIS, no? So ito po yung nangyari. Nasira lahat ang kanilang mga kabahayan. So, nasunog yung daan, yung kanilang pamumuhay, nawala rin yung kanilang maliliit na small livelihood, yung mga tinda-tinda nila doon sa Marawi, nawala yun lahat, naagnas yun lahat. So ang opportunity naman po para i-address yung issue doon sa taas, issue ng malnutrition. Kung titingnan po natin, ang bakit po natin ito inilabas ngayon? Dahil ang gusto natin makita, by 2028, wala na pong batang malnourished dito sa BARMM. So yun po ang ating gustong marating. So nutrition issue, financial support, access to the government, at saka yung kabagalan, sir, ng Marawi Compensation Board release, no? Yung response natin. Out of 14,000, nasa 2,000 plus pa lang. So, pinpoint issue, house totally damaged, roads, then opportunity. Dito po sa atin, mayroon po tayong sinasabi na community-driven activities para solusyonan ng atin. Then, ang ating mga community po, sila po yung kakausapin natin, ano yung makakabuti sa kanila. We have to apply the 5D, define, discover, dreams, design, and deliver. Yun po yung pamamaraan na dadaanan natin. And provision of micro grants. Bibigyan natin sila ng konting livelihood ayon sa ating kakayanan dahil hindi po tayo gobyerno. And nutrition support coming from the Department of Health, MOH, and another health program agency. Social healing with culturally sensitive. Kailangan po natin yan sa ating mga IDP. Next slide, please. Yung likod. Saan yung likod nito? Dalhin mo dito yung yung presentation natin, hindi na picturean. Sir, I assure you that within the 3 minutes, tapos na yung presentation namin. Sige. Dalhin mo dito yan. Sabi ko sa'yo, mahirap, no? Mahirap. Pasensya kayo, okay? Matanda naman tayo eh. We are getting old, no? But I am old but young, no? Sige. Ito po yung gusto natin na mga programa na maipakita natin. Feeding program with nutrition food, then breastfeeding for the children, regular monitoring on Operation Timbang, no? Para ma-ensure natin na yung mga kabataan natin ay malusog at makita natin na nag-elevate yung kanilang nutrition. Bangsamoro people are hospitable. Ito yung mga opportunity. Promoting the essence of bayanihan, kaptatabanga, sa Maguindanao, Kapamaugupa sa Maranao. Yun po yung natin. Top 3 most promising ideas, strengthen the implementation of the nutrition program in local level. Yung pag-exhaust natin, pag-utilize natin sa 1% ng ating mga local government funds. Kailangan po natin yon. Ito po ay ginawa ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas na kailangan mag-invest tayo sa nutrition dahil kung walang kalusugan, wala pong kaunlaran ng ating bansa. Yun po yung ina-achieve natin. And then, a partner with NGO, with resources, yung mga NGO na may programang related to health and nutrition. Basically, financial support from the provision of the local nutrition in addressing malnutrition issues. Yun po yung opportunity natin. Strengthening the implementation of the nutrition program. Sabi ko nga kanina, yung i-maximize natin yung utilization of 1% local fund. Kung mayroon kayong 1 milyon, mayroon kayong 10,000 yata, no? So, sir, 10,000? Or yes po. So, kailangan po natin gumawa ng isang innovative na apps para malaman ng ating mga kababayan sa buong BARMM o sa buong province ng Lanao del Sur. Ang pangalan po ng ating prototype apps ay iNutri App. Ang iNutri App po ay IDP Nutrition App. Diyan malalaman natin anong mga klaseng programa ang ginagawa natin ng iba't ibang grupo, gobyerno man o non-government organization, and even academic research. Ipapasok na natin dito sa iNutri App. Maraming salamat po at pagpalain Bangsamoro.
Okay, second to the last. This group. Yes, come here na. Prepare na po dito na group. Come here. Here.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. We are from BOA OFWs. Kami yung bagong accredited ng BARMM. So yung sa amin ay young mother. Sa Islam kasi, okay lang sa atin na iparental yung mga anak natin. So usually, basta yung anak natin is nag-menstruation na, pinapakasal na nila ito, which is in the law of Islam. So yung young mother dito na sinasabi, hindi natin yan yung pwedeng sabihin na unwanted child or ano pa man. As a young mother, you can have to find a way how to overcome those any bad circumstances that happen if possible. Sa daily life niya, juggling a demanding schedule of children, household chores, and personal needs, frequently requiring effective time management and adapting to unpredictable situation. Pero ang example namin dito as an OFW, i-example namin dito yung mga mostly sa members namin na young mother na kung saan nagkaroon sila ng choice or wala silang choice kundi ang pumunta ng abroad. Sa pain points, physical and mental exhaustion, social isolation, and loss of personal identity. Dito na pumapasok yung sleep deprivation, balancing responsibilities, financial stress, lacking of support, or shelter. The situation of a young mother who is an OFW, overseas Filipino worker, is really tough. She had to leave her family and child behind to work abroad to provide a better life for them. As a young OFW mother, minsan yung nagiging conflict na problema niya is yung asawa niya dito sa Pilipinas ay nag-aasawa ng iba habang nandoon siya sa abroad. Isa yun sa mga conflict niya. Tapos ang anak niya, the child is being abused. Yun ang isa sa mga problema ng young mother na OFW. So ang innovation namin dito is more training about learning more skills situation, any problem that it may come to her daily life and future life. Yung mga young mother namin na umuwi na ng Pilipinas, binibigyan namin sila ng mga training na nakukuha namin, both TESDA, OWA, at sa iba pang agency na connected sa mga OFW. With determination and support and the right resources, young mother can overcome obstacles and achieve their educational goals. Support from family and friends instead na pagalitan sila kung bakit sila young mother. Exploring flexible study arrangements such as online or 5-term courses. Accessing government assistance programs or scholarship for any young mother, and most especially the time management. Kung may time management ka, kahit young mother ka, makakapagtapos ka ng education. Sa prototype namin, isa sa mga gusto namin, since na natapos naman yung sila ma'am, meron silang health mobile, meron naman kaming school mobile. Meron kasing mga remote area na wala silang signal or wala silang gadget para sa education. Yun ang gusto namin na magkaroon kami ng school mobile para sa mga young mothers namin. May add ka, sir? Okay. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. And let's have with our last presenter, sir, who will present. Come here. And you know what, habang umaakyat, one of the process innovation na pinakanagustuhan ko in Mindanao, there is a barangay in Lake Cebu na kung saan mayroon silang project on water. So ang ginawa niya, yung patubig na yon, lahat ng mga bahay doon, sinabi nila, yung mga parents, dapat kailangan nakapag-aral yung mga bata, kailangan itigil ng mga parents yung bisyo nila. So ang nangyari, napaka-peaceful ng community before they can access the water sanity nung lugar na yon. So sobrang gandang process innovation na ginawa doon sa Lake Cebu in South Cotabato na on how they able to address education gap in their community by means of using water as a platform. Sige, let's have with our last group.
Okay, kami yung last. Pero tingin namin ito yung bigyan ng solusyon ang ano ito? Returning to ano yan? Returning to government combatants. So may iba't ibang klaseng mga rebelde, no? Yung sa MILF, meron silang mga ceasefire agreement. Ang Abu Sayyaf walang ceasefire agreement. Pero naging habok ito, parang naging habok sa problem ng BARMM. So maraming epekto nito, social effect, economic effect, political effect. So ang worst doon yung economic effect. So yun yung tingin namin na ang Abu Sayyaf ang tinutukan namin problem. So nagkataon, ang Abu Sayyaf ay nasa Basilan. Maybe si Professor Sir, kayo yung mag-continue.
Thank you. By the way, kami ay finance and then pinili po namin na persona again is the returning to government combatants. Based on the combatants, dalawa po yun, MNLF at saka Abu Sayyaf. Abu Sayyaf yung walang masyadong program. So mas pinili po namin siya. And then doon po sa problem ba o pain namin was be in terms of culture and support government. In terms of culture, we wanted to come up with a culture revolution na baguhin sana yung point of view ng mga kabataan about it's hindi po normal na humawak ang bata ng baril, kundi ang kabataan dapat hawak nila ay ballpen, crayons and all. So yun yung mga revolution revolution po ang term namin dyan, pero actually it's cultural revolution. It's a peaceful way. And then we have also support from governments. Marami pong support na ang gobyerno natin. Meron pong in-enumerate sa atin si DG Ross about may mga pabahay, mga ganun. Pero ang Abu Sayyaf, hindi sila covered masyado. And then in terms of culture, we wanted to come up with culture in terms of exposure educational trip. Ma-expose sila na, okay, ganito pala maging Muslim na bata na normal. Yung mga ganon. So we could send them to Muslim cities like Malaysia, and other na, ganito pala ang pagiging ano. And then, what else? In terms naman of government support, we would like to come up with the, kasi finance yung field namin, so maybe we could allocate some fund on the certain programs of the government in terms of, ayan po, support in terms of community program, child counseling, and educational exposure. And in terms of our output po, meron po kaming 4 na output. Sir? Kaya na ba? Sige. So sa output namin, number 1, we go to partnership model. Ito pong drawing namin, paki-zoom. Itong bilog. So yan yung partnership model namin. Tapos, pwede na rin siya maging ecosystem maps kasi sa partnership model namin, Abu Sayyaf here, we have the SCSO, the AFP military, the LGU, and the PNP. Kaya pwede din po siya maging ecosystem map. Scroll down. Community service model din po. Pwede rin po itong model namin. And then, digital app. Digital app po sana is magkaroon sana tayo ng app in terms of dun sa mga bata, in terms of counseling. Meron din tayong career counseling na ginagawa. And other needs po, like mga list of programs by the government that the combatant can avail and for their kids and for their family.
Okay, thank you very much. And that's basically the end of our co-creation workshop. So as we come to close of this co-creation workshop, so we are reminded of something important, that innovation is not born in boardrooms or laboratories alone. It is born in conversation like this. Okay, where diverse voices, live experiences, and shared hopes meet in a one space. So today's co-creation is only the beginning. The next step, our collective next step, is to transform these ideas into action, this partnership into long-term collaboration. So may we continue to design
Bangsamoro.
with empathy innovate with purpose and build with unity so that the Bangsamoro. So we're looking forward with our co-creation workshop that it will be included in our next and the innovation grant that we are going to craft if in case kung ano yung kayang i-include doon. And together we can move forward this innovation workshop and we can execute this into an innovative output. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, CEO Mark Sultana Gerseva, for facilitating the Innovation Co-Creation Workshop, Visioning BARMM Innovation Agenda. At this point of time, we're requesting everyone, ladies and gentlemen, to please direct your attention to the screen as we'll be witnessing the launching of the innovation partnership between MTIT, BPDA, and Upgrade
Bangsamoro is
InnoLab
home to more than
Incorporated.
4 Bangsamoro is home to more than 4 million people, each with ideas and aspirations that shape our shared future. Innovation is becoming a powerful force that connects these ideas and opportunities and opens new pathways for progress. As the region continues to grow, we are reminded that innovation thrives when we work together, with a united vision, shared purpose, and commitment to uplifting our communities. Today, we celebrate that commitment through a collaboration among the Ministry of Trade, Investments, and Tourism, the Bangsamoro Planning and Development Authority, and Upgrade InnoLab Incorporated. Together, this partnership will nurture startups, support MSMEs, and strengthen innovation across the Bangsamoro through creativity, technology, and community-driven solutions. And now let us witness the symbolic launch of this partnership, a partnership that embodies innovation with faith, purpose, and a collective commitment to a brighter Bangsamoro.
We now kindly request representatives from MTIT, BPDA, and Upgrade InnoLab Incorporated to please join us on stage for the launching of this symbolic event. This is the symbolic official launching of innovation partnership between the Ministry of Trade, Investments, and Tourism, Bangsamoro Planning and Development Authority, and Upgrade InnoLab Incorporated. Let's give a round of applause to the official launching of Innovation Partnership with the MTIT, BPDA, and Upgrade InnoLab Incorporated. Thank you very much. This time, let us witness the official oath-taking ceremony of newly elected officers of the BARMM Business Council, or BBC. The oath-taking ceremony will be administered by our very own Ministry of Trade, Investments, and Tourism Director General Roslaini Alonto J. Sinarimbo. We kindly request the newly elected officers to join us on stage. With the chairperson, Attorney Ronald Halid D. Torres, Vice Chairperson. With Vice Chairperson, Saga Charlie Pagaryongan. Vice Chairperson for Ireland, Hamad Abubakar. Secretary, Makun Gumaga. Treasurer, Brigadier General Taharuddin Piang Ampatuan, retired. Auditor, Colonel Ibn Hasim Undog, retired. Representative from PCCI Sulu. Public Information Officer, Mainland, Kyle Juliano. Public Information Officer, Asimin Sarikin for Ireland.
Okay na? Okay. As we affirm our shared commitment to prosperous Bangsamoro, we now administer the oath of office of the newly elected officers of the Bangsamoro Business Council. Please raise your right hand and follow the oath. I,
Ronald Halid Dimacisil Torres,
having been elected as
chairperson
of the BARMM Business Council
of the BARMM Business Council
for the term 2025 to 2026,
for the term 2025-2026,
do hereby solemnly and sincerely swear
do hereby solemnly and sincerely swear
that I shall truly
and
faithfully uphold
and
obey the Constitution and bylaws
the Constitution and bylaws
of the BARMM Business Council,
of the BARMM Business Council,
that I accept the tenets and objectives of the BARMM Business Council
of the BARMM Business Council
as my guide
in
my actuations,
that
I recognize my responsibilities and obligation as an officer of the BARMM Business Council to promote and develop that local enterprise in the BARMM and foster high ethical standards in business, that I impose these obligations upon myself freely and voluntarily, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, everyone, and may we have may you have a very productive and fruitful term for 2025 to 2026, inshallah.
Congratulations to the newly elected officers of the BARMM Business Council. Thank you very much, MTIT Director General Roslaini Alonto J. Sinarimbo. Once again, thank you very much to our newly elected officers. This time, before we conclude our program, let us hear a closing remarks message from Attorney Ronald Halidi Torres, President of BARMM Business Council.
Distinguished guests, fellow private sector leaders, partners from the government, the BPDA and the MTIT, now the MTIT led by our very good minister, Minister Muhammad, and with us is the Director General of the MTIT, Ma'am Ros Alonto, academe and civil society, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and good afternoon. As we close this two-day Private Sector Organization Summit and Innovation Summit, I stand before you with deep gratitude and a strong sense of responsibility. Thank you for your time, your ideas, and your honest conversations. Over these 2 days, we did more than sit in sessions. We listened, we debated, and we imagined what a stronger, more competitive, and more inclusive BARMM economy can look like. I am deeply honored to have been re-elected as chairperson of the BARMM Business Council for one more term, 2025-2026. I do not honestly see it as a personal victory, but as a renewed mandate from the business chambers in the region to continue the work we started together for one more year. I'd like to share with everyone that it was exactly November 19, 2021 at Waterfront when we took our oath as the first officers of the BARMM Business Council. As agreed and as stated in the CBL, the transition officers of the BBC shall serve for 3 years. And my term should have ended last December 2024, but we were able to conduct the election for the next term on October 7, 2025. That means I have 1 year. Kasi after po ng 3 years yung transition, magiging 1 year na lang yung term namin as officers of the BARMM Business Council. Allow me to share with you what we have achieved in the first 3 years. For this period, our focus was on building foundations, bringing together chambers and business organizations across the region. We were able to have the BARMM Business Council properly registered in the SEC, eventually accredited in the BEDC, and were given numerous committees in which the BARMM Business Council is sitting, representing the BARMM, the private sector in the BARMM. We also work hard on opening more doors for dialogue with the Bangsamoro government and some national agencies, making sure that the voice of BARMM's private sector is heard in regional and some national discussions. This summit has made one thing very clear. Our next chapter must be about moving faster and thinking bolder. It must be about innovation. Not just a word we put in our programs, but as a way we lead our business and our institutions. Over these 2 days, we heard how innovation can, help our MSMEs scale up and reach new markets, use digital tools to connect BARMM to the rest of the country, and turn our unique contexts and challenges into opportunities for growth. But innovation, as mentioned by our resource persons, is not only about technology. It is about mindset, systems, and courage. It is the courage for our entrepreneurs who continue to invest in BARMM, not even only in BARMM, even in the national, despite risks and uncertainties. It is the creativity of our youth who are designing solutions to problems that older generations have simply learned to live with. We noticed this afternoon that most of the presenters are the young ones, with some young ones as well. And it is the willingness of both government and private sector to listen to each other, to adjust, and to reform. As we close, allow me to share 3 commitments that I believe we must carry forward as a community. First, a commitment to collaboration. Second, a commitment to innovation and competitiveness. Third, a commitment to inclusive and peace-responsive growth. To our partners in government, the BPDA, the MTIT, the different ministries and agencies in the BARMM, thank you for your presence and engagement during this summit. Allow me to express my gratitude to our no less than Attorney Bangsamoro Rimbo, Member of the Parliament, who gave his time to come and join us this morning. We look forward working with you to improve the business environment through better infrastructure, simpler and more predictable regulations and programs that truly respond to the needs of our enterprises on the ground. To our development partners and institutions, Sir Jake, the ECCP, all who are with us in these past 2 days, we are grateful for your continued support. We hope that the insights and priorities raised here will guide future programs that are co-designed with the private sector and aligned with the realities of doing business in BARMM. To my fellow business leaders, thank you for your trust. As your re-elected chairperson, I commit to serve with integrity, transparency, and urgency. The BARMM Business Council will continue to be your ally, your advocate, and your bridge to government, to investors, and to opportunities beyond our region. But let me be clear, the success of this summit will not be measured by the number of speeches delivered or photos taken. It will be measured by what we do after we leave this room. So I want to end with a clear call to action. With all of those that has been presented to us, let us each choose one concrete initiative that we will pursue after this summit. Whether it is forming a new partnership, adapting new technology, mentoring a younger entrepreneur, or organizing your local business groups to engage more actively with the Council. Let us stay connected through our chambers and the BARMM Business Council so that the conversations we started here turn into coordinated plans and shared projects. And let us hold ourselves accountable. In the coming months, let us ask what has actually changed because we gathered here. Ano ba ang nagbago? Ano ba ang nagawa natin dahil nandito tayo ngayon? What new investments, jobs, or opportunities have we helped created? In each of us leaves this summit with a commitment to act, not just to agree. Then these 2 days will mark not just another event in our calendar, but a turning point for the private sector in BARMM. Let us build a BARMM where doing business is easier, where innovation is encouraged, and where prosperity is shared by many, not just by few. On behalf of the BARMM Business Council, thank you to our organizers, speakers, Sir Mark, who has been used for the 2 days. Yesterday, sir, thank you very much, no? Nag-resource person ka, ngayon moderator. Maraming salamat. And of course, the support teams who work tirelessly to make this summit possible. Let us go home safe, energized, and ready to turn today's ideas in tomorrow's realities. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Attorney Torres, for that powerful call to action and vote of confidence in our shared future. Before we leave, we kindly request everyone to join us in capturing this historic moment through a crowd shot photo opportunity. We're requesting everyone to please compress together at the center while facing the stage. We're requesting the photographers, videographers.
It is a region declaring with one voice that we are here.
Again, we're requesting everyone to please compress together at the center. And our photographers to please position on stage right now. Thank you. We encourage everyone to please join for the photo opportunity. Again, please gather at the center. Thank you very much. With that, the first BARMM Innovation Summit officially concludes. We extend our sincerest gratitude to every delegate, every ministry, every organization, and every individual who contributed to this historic event. If you want to witness the same edit video, please direct your attention to the screen. Thank you.
We gather today for a Bangsamoro Innovation Summit.
We're requesting all newly elected BBC officers to please gather at the center table with Attorney Torres. Thank you. Again, requesting all newly elected BBC officers to please gather at the center table with Attorney Torres. Thank you.
We gathered today for a historic first, the first Bangsamoro Innovation Summit. It is a region declared